Hello and welcome to the 10X Detail podcast, helping detailers 10X their business one show at a time. Today, we're talking to Andrew Gray from Dirty Details. What's going on, Andrew?
Oh, not much, Dave. How about yourself?
Oh, just kicking like finger-licking chicken. Tell us a little bit about your business, how you got started, and what you have going on over there.
So we are Dirty Details. I think I pretty much got started just like everybody else. For the most part, it's been a way of life since I was, started with dirt bikes and, was taking care of your stuff, and I've, gone a little over the top with it, but, I don't know. It's something I've loved to do. It's a passion for me, and, just decided to go all in, and, we're doing it full time now, and, just taking it one day at a time.
Great. What do you love about the detailing business?
What do I love? All of it, honestly. It's great. I love doing stuff for people, helping people. There's something about, it's almost like an art to me. You get this vehicle that, it might be terrible, it might not be too bad, but everything's a blank canvas, and you can turn it into whatever you want to turn it into. That's the thing for me. It's, I'm expressing myself through this art, as I would call it, of detailing.
Yes. What you mean? You wouldn't rather have a job?
No.
Who wants a job?
This is great.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah. No.
And where are you located, and how long you been doing this?
So we're in Woodstock, Virginia. We're about an hour and a half west DC, almost. We border West Virginia. I've been doing this. We started part-time about 2 years ago now. Obviously, I've been doing it, my whole life, and it brought it up to my wife one day, and was like, I actually offered this. We could probably actually do this. And she said, well, you don't have a business license. We don't have this. We don't have that. And the next day, it just kind of started rolling on it. We got our business license and insurance, and one thing led to another, and now we're a full-time business.
Yes, and don't you have a new shop?
Yeah, as of January, it's January 6th of last year, it went up. So just over a year in the shop. It's still a work in progress, trying to get it all the way that I want it. It just takes time, like everything else. But that's really, having that controlled environment now it's a game changer.
Oh, I bet.
Love it.
So tell us, you've been in business a couple years. You've been doing this a long time, but only in business a couple years. Tell us a little about the good, bad, and the ugly. Start out with the good. What do you like about the business, or what, the people that you work with, or what do you think is the good part about the business, and what part have you had troubles with, and how did you overcome those troubles?
I want to say the best thing is being able to, this work that I put out, everything's a direct reflection of me, so I'm expressing myself through the business, and the people that I get to work with, the customers, they're customers, but you're also making a friendship, you're building relationships with other people. That's how I try not to look at each person as a customer. It's as a potential, a friendship, or what avenue is this relationship going to take me in here? It's been wonderful. I've met a lot of great people. And hopefully, this just keeps continuing and climbing the way that it has. It's been great.
Excellent. So you're talking about relationships is the best part that you like about this business, and I agree. Like people know you in town, like you're the butcher or the seamstress or the clothing guy, you know. But you're the detailer in town. Oh, there's Andrew. He took care of my aunt's car, and look at that car when she drives by. So the biggest thing you're telling me is trust. You know, people trust you. Cars cost a lot of money. They trust you with their cars. And then when you're done with them, they're going to pay you money to do this. And you like doing it. And you're indoors and you're working for yourself. And you get to rub on nice looking cars. And you do an amazing job. If anybody hasn't seen his work, you got to go check out his work. And so trust is the big one. What's the downer of this business?
The downer, I don't necessarily think it's I wouldn't say the detailing business as a whole, just being a business owner. You know, everything is now on your plate. You've got to do it all. You know, we're small. It's just me. My wife works her own full-time job, and we have 2 children. So I do almost everything. I mean, there's a couple little things here and there that, you know, I get some help with. But it's just trying to keep that balance of, you know, of life, and making sure that, you know, you don't burn yourself out on one thing, and keeping your relationships at home and your family time, and trying to keep those 2 separate, which is super hard to do. Because I might have posted that we're Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, but it's a 24/7 thing. You know, I might get a message at 10:30 at night. If I'm awake, I'm going to answer it. And I think that's what I would look for as a customer, you know, going somewhere else. I want to be able to reach out to somebody and know that I'm going to get an answer. So I try to get back, you know, as quick as possible while people are thinking about it, you know, while they're hot to do whatever they're asking about.
Right. So what I'm hearing is that the downer part is running your own business. I mean, it's hard. Yeah. I've been running my own business for a couple days now, and there's insurance and there's this and there's that, and then kids get sick and your wife's at work and you have to pick up the pieces. But what about that car? I mean, your kids are young, I believe, and you can't wait till they get older so they can start rubbing on some cars too. But
right, well, they've started.
All right, excellent.
They started,
and they can sit there and while you're taking care of it, if you have to take care of them, you know. But yes, right. I know all about it. I've raised 2 children. I have 3, but I raised 2 of them while running this business and doing lots of things, doing the Mr. Mom thing and going to soccer and school and answering the calls. And I'm still doing some of that stuff today. And the last one's 17. So almost done. But yes, running a business is not easy. It is. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And
right.
I think it's like 1% of the population runs a business. I'm not sure exactly what the percentage is, but it's a lot. It's very low.
I can see where, you know, people give up and just go back to the, you know, working for the man and, you know, just collecting a paycheck. You know, it's
yes,
easy.
I have another friend with a boat, and we were on his boat, and he was telling us about his first business. He took out an SBA loan and borrowed money from his family, $900,000, and closed up shop about 2 years later, and it's been like 10 years, but he finally they just hounded him, and he just declared bankruptcy and just to get rid of it all. But he loves his job because he doesn't have to worry about all that kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, you should have done it a couple more times, and they'd finally be a billionaire by now. You got to keep trying. You can't give up. You can't give up.
Yeah, if it wasn't for failure, there wouldn't be success.
Yes, definitely. Hey, how do you increase sales and bring in more customers in a small town area there?
So my biggest thing now is word of mouth marketing. You know, most of my marketing's in basically just Facebook, Instagram, social media. We do have a Google page, but I think just getting it out there and people, seeing the quality of work and what they get out of it and passing it on, and also the different other small businesses in this area. You got to make those connections and build those relationships with other businesses, and then that's just another avenue for them to put you out.
Which other business are you talking
cards.
about? Like when you're at the fair and they have the insurance guy and the doctor and the chiropractor, those kind of businesses? Or are you talking about other kind of businesses like PDR and other things like that?
Both. We live in a small community, and it's, I like to keep things in the community. So, I've got a tent guy, radio guy, repair shops, car dealers, that have our cards that they're pushing our names out. And I get stuff from them, every week, of new customers. But in the same aspect, my chiropractor, he's got cards. Every relationship, everybody that you meet is an opportunity to create business revenue, income.
But it goes both ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could, while you're walking, and I said this on the last 2 podcasts, but I'll say it again. While you're doing the walk around and with the person, and you're like, okay, look at the scratch there. It looks like a shopping cart hit you there. You ever wanted to get that dent taken out because a guy, right. and we can have that. He can come over while I'm on the other side of the car. He can pop that dent out, and I can finish that up. Oh, it's kind of hot out here. Didn't you wanted to get tint? I got a guy. He could come over here and do the tint. And then, your girlfriend, you let her drive your Lamborghini and it mashed the wheels on the curb. Oh man, I got a guy. So, you gotta, your back hurts. I got a chiropractor. He's just down the street. He's my chiropractor. It's just, it
right.
all goes both ways. And I just love living in a small town that people know you, and you go to the bank, they know your name, the restaurant, they know your name. And that's, it's good stuff. And I think you have that going on where you're at, right?
Right. Excellent. Yeah. There's times I don't even, we get those calls with it. It's not even for detailing. It's about something else, but everybody knows a guy.
Everyone knows a guy. You know it.
People in the right direction.
Do you know how I can do this? And you're like, yeah, I got a radio guy. Your radio don't work? Oh yeah, he can put that thing in. Excellent. Well, speaking of referrals and marketing and revenue, we're going to go to a quick revenue break. Your new go-to ceramic coating is here. Pearl Nano Extreme version 2. We call it XV2. Super easy to apply, ultra slick, and extremely chemical resistant. This is not your typical ceramic coating. This is an extreme ceramic coating. To find out what all the fuss is about, send us an email, sales@pearlnano.com. Tell them that you heard about XV2 on this podcast and receive 20% off your first bottle. Pearl Nano, dare to be different. And what do you think about the XV2 ceramic coating?
That is our go-to. That is the main. I'm not going to say the only. The only purchase coating that we install. That's exclusively what we use, and it has been wonderful.
Tell us why.
I have no complaints. The ease of installation, the price point, and the results. I've got it on both my personal vehicles, my personal vehicle and my wife's personal vehicle. And it's been, I put XV2 on my wife's, I want to say the month that it came out, and no complaints. I haven't had a single coating complaint on that coating.
Well, we've been working with thousands of detailers as far away as Germany, and I'm getting the same story, the same everything, and people absolutely love it. They're switching, or they use it, but they still are saying they're using the other coating, but they're not. I got a lot of people doing a lot of things, and the feedback is out of this world. Plus, we have the tests that show that it's more than a 3 to 5 year coating. Like I say, the tests say 6 to 12 years, but I don't say that publicly. Oh wait, I just did. But the proof is in the pudding. The people are out there using it every day, like yourself. And I'm not telling you to say this. You're saying this on your own. This is, and there are detailers all over the place that are calling me every single day, telling me the same exact stuff. So I know I'm onto something here.
Yeah, I mean, there's other coatings things that I even want to try, and I don't, because everything's working just as it should. Like, don't mess with it. It works. Don't mess with it.
Yes. All right. Excellent. Let's see. How about a detail hack? As a detail hacker, what kind of tip or trick would you recommend using? Like a tool or a product or a technique? Do you have anything that you could share with us?
For me, I think what I love are the mini bristle vacuum attachments, the real small ones. When I do an interior, I'll go in, wipe everything down with APC, get all your scuffs and your, big stuff off, but there's always that little bit of dust, behind. I go over everything that I can get to with those little mini attachment brushes. And it gets every little piece of dust that's left behind. It gets down in the cracks. That is probably the best. That just gets those small details that normally aren't hit. And I think that makes a major difference.
Interesting. All right. I said this on I think the podcast with Rob Torres that Matt Barlow had come up with. He had sprayed some of the Metal X on the brackets of the seats that hold it down onto the floor, and it sometimes rust rust gets on there. He put some Metal X on there and it went away. Have you ever tried that?
I have not. I did hear that though today. I was listening to that podcast maybe 4 or 5 hours ago, and I was thinking about it when I heard it. I was like, man, I just had a vehicle the other day I could have tried that on, but it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, so I want to thank Matt Barlow for sharing that with us, and he's going to be in here. He's a local detailer. He's going to be in here, and we'll do a podcast here pretty soon.
Great.
And he was a paramedic for 20 years, and they wanted to force the vax on him, and he said,
"No go.
Nope, you can stick the vax up your vax." So he became a detailer full time, and he's killing it in this area. Him and Jose. I got a couple great detailers here in this area that are just doing great work. So yeah, that was his tip or trick. Any other things like that besides the vacuum cleaner one?
No, those things make a world of difference. That and a good drill brush. Everybody comes in wanting stuff shampooed and stuff all the time, and half the time I'd say more than half the time I don't have to shampoo. If you get a good all-purpose cleaner or an enzyme cleaner or a good drill brush, you can get most anything out.
Excellent. So as you probably know, I'm into constantly learning, growing, business, personal. It doesn't really matter. I read a lot of books, take a lot of online courses, listen to a lot of books on audio, and I'm a big Grant Cardone 10X rule fan. My boat's named 10X, and everything's 10X. Even this is the 10X Detail podcast. So one of the books that I have listened to probably about 50 times is Be Obsessed or Be Average. That's another good book by Grant Cardone. And, do you want to be obsessed or do you want to be average? Which one are you, Andrew?
I feel like if you ask anyone about me and my business and what I do, they would 100% tell you that I'm obsessed.
Excellent. I mean, you think Elon Musk is obsessed?
Oh, no doubt.
That dude's he sleeps under his desk, they say.
All about it.
So, all right. We covered some awesome tips and tricks there. How about words of advice? You've been doing this 2 years. I work with some people that have been doing this 30 years. Some guys started yesterday. What would you tell them that would help them with their business if they're just starting out?
I think the biggest thing for me and for anyone is don't be afraid to fail. Failure, nobody wants to fail. But you're never going to know unless you do it. And if you fail, fail, miraculously and get back up and go back at it. And I think that was the biggest thing for us jumping into, it wasn't that, it was easy going to work, getting a paycheck and coming home, and that was that. There's comfort in that, there's security. Now it's all on me. So you gotta, just go out there, go for it. Do what you want to do. You only got so much time, and you only go around one time. So
true. Yes. You're saying to go out there and 10X it. And like Les Brown said, if you're going to fall on your back. 'Cause if you can look up, you can get up. And,
that's right.
That's what he says. So, okay. So what does 10X mean to you? I know we've been talking about all this, and I think you have something that tells us about what 10X is.
Yeah, just going above and beyond. I mean, treat every customer, every vehicle the same. I've had vehicles in here with windows knocked out of them, and it gets the same treatment that a brand new Mercedes would get. Just go that little extra mile. This is a luxury service. This isn't something that people need necessarily. It's a luxury. So make it that way, not just the detail that they get, but in the the way you speak to them. You build that relationship, not as a customer, as a friendship. And that's how I try to treat everybody, not just in business, but in life in general. Treat everybody how you want to be treated, and try to go, above and beyond for that person.
I love it. That's exactly it. And also the 10X mindset, don't do things at 1X, do things at 10X. It's not doing it, but thinking it. I'm going to do 10 times as many cars. Maybe you can only do 3 or 4, but at least tell yourself, we can only do 3 a day. Okay, we're going to do 6. We're going to do 7. And you're going to be falling down tired, but you just made double the amount of money. And over time, what I'm saying is your brain has that they don't know the difference between real and just saying it. So if you think 10X, I'm going to 10X my business this year. We have a small town. I'm going to get 10 times as many cars in. And if you fall short at only 5 times as many, you're not going to complain, right?
Right. Yeah. If you don't set that goal, you have nothing to reach.
Yes, you got to have a goal. You think Elon Musk has a goal?
Oh, yeah.
He's got a lot of goals.
I don't know what's next, but...
Well, I'm going to sail around the world, and I need Starlink to work perfectly, and that's my goal for him, is to make sure I can have internet access around the world, anywhere. It's close. It's not quite there, but it's real close.
All right. And then you got to have your cell service, and I remember that the first time I was supposed to meet with you, before we hopped on the Pearl Nano train, we had to redo our meeting. You were sailing off the Gulf of Mexico, I believe, and didn't have good cell service, and we had to back our little phone meeting up. But I tell you what, it's probably the best decision that we've made going with you guys. You got a great thing going, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, and I reward people that are out there 10Xing it. I can't do it for you. You got to go out there and,
right.
Grind away and make stuff happen. But I only help people that help themselves. So if you're not helping yourself, you're not going to get a lot of help from me. So I can't go and get customers and clean the cars for you and do these things. But right. if you ask for advice and I say, hey, you need to go out here and do X, Y, and Z, and get the book and read it and think about 10Xing your life and your business. If you do it and I ask, hey, Andrew, one of the things I really need you to do is take before, during, and after pictures, or at least after pictures, and post them on your Facebook page. If so, I'll post them other places, and you're one of the few people that do it. And I post your pictures almost every single day of a car that you did, right?
Yep.
And I don't know if that helps or not, but I tell you what, I see it and I feel good to do it. It just takes a couple seconds of my time, but I am taking my time to post your pictures on the Calling All Detailers Facebook page, and you're crushing it out there. So when I see that 10Xism out there, that's what I think my own word there, I'm going to reward it. So I want you to keep kicking butt and taking names. So Andrew, where do we find, go ahead.
I see it, I notice it, and we really appreciate, what you do for us also. It's great.
Well, I appreciate it as well. Tell us where we can find your Facebook page, Instagram, website, satellite phone, whatever it is we can contact you from.
All right. So on Facebook, we're at Dirty Details 369. Instagram's at Dirty Details Detailing, and then I'd say about 2 months ago, we put a website up, which is dirty-details-369.square.site. And then you can also find us on Google. And it's been great. It's been great.
Excellent. We're going to go to a quick break before we say goodbye. Have you ever wanted your own brand of car care products, either to use in the shop or sell to your customers? Well, you're in luck. At PrivateLabelCarCare.com, we make it super easy and painless because we do all the work for you. All you have to do is go out there and sell it. Just fill out the form online and see if you qualify. That's PrivateLabelCarCare.com. All right. If you like today's show, please share it with others and on social media. If you'd like to be on the show, going over to callingalldetailers.com, you'll see a text there that says secure your spot. Click on that and schedule an appointment with me. Thanks, Andrew, for being on the show and sharing your experiences with us. Just remember to keep learning, keep growing, and keep 10Xing it. We'll see you on the next episode of the 10X Detail podcast. My name is David Elliott from Pearl Nano and Calling All Detailers. Well, Andrew, it's been a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure. Thanks so much, Dave.
All right. Well, we'll talk with you soon.